In this video, we will build upper body and core strength to get into crow. Begin in an active child's pose, knees opening to the edges of the mat, torso reaching out long between the thighs. Reach the arms out long, relax the forehead down, and allow the hips to ease back to the heels. Take a moment here to scan your body, to bring focus and attention to each part of your body. The tops of the feet relax down to the mat, feeling openness come across the tops of the ankles. Tops of thighs releasing from the hips down to the knees, melting away tension. Even here in child's pose, the low belly drawing in and up and back, supporting the lower spine. The arms are open out to the edges of the mat to feel long and free in the neck, the chest broad, taking deep inhales, filling up completely. The arms are relaxed, no tension in the shoulders, the fingers. Now that we've focused on the body, focus on your mind and let go of any negativity there, any doubt there about this practice. Feeling free, not only physically, but mentally as well. Holding here for another breath or two. Really coming into awareness of the body for your practice. Into a place of focus, choosing to take things one pose at a time, one breath at a time, and as we build up into crow, one body part at a time. On your next inhale, come up onto all fours, a tabletop position. And we'll take a few moments to open up the wrist. So get lined, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and then flip your hands so the tops of the hands are down on the mat, fingers pointing towards the knees. Maybe send the hips back slightly, feeling a stretch come across the front of the wrist and even down into the top of the hand. Only move within a comfortable range of motion. The tops of the hands may not come completely down onto the mat. Our wrists can be tight areas. Releasing from there, flipping so the palm is on the mat, the soft part of the wrist faces out, and fingers point towards the knees. Your hand may not completely come down to the mat. It's okay if the heel of the hand lifts slightly up. Just extend as much through that space as you can. Maybe even rocking gently forward and back and releasing. Sit back. Let's roll it out. Make gentle fists with your hands and then roll the fists away from each other for 5 times. Now roll the fists towards each other 5 more times. Gentle fists, gentle motion, and release. Coming into plank pose, spread the fingers wide, wrists under shoulders, step the feet back, body in one straight line from shoulders to hips, and then from hips down to feet. looking forward, pushing the mat away from you, feeling a lift through the back of the chest, and extend back into downward facing dog. Hips come up and back, feeling every part of your body working in this down dog, pushing the hands down into the mat, pushing the mat away from you, lengthening through the sides of the body, all the way through the armpits as the chest reaches back towards the thighs, and pushing the heels down. Inhale, extend forward into plank pose. Feeling a lift in the chest as you push your hands down into the mat, draw the belly in, and release back into down dog. Lengthening through the sides of the body, pushing the mat away with the hands, strengthening the thighs, squeezing outer hips in as inner thighs spiral in and back and heels descend down. Inhale, back into plank. Pushing the heels behind you, away from you, strengthening the thighs, really drawing that navel into the spine. You'll need that belly strength in your crow, so focus on it here. Feel that engagement. Release into down dog. Continue pushing down into the hands, pushing down into the heels, strengthening outer hips, strengthening belly, and release into plank. And back into down dog. One final breath here in your down dog. And we'll lower down to rest child's pose. Letting the shoulders relax, the hands relax. Forehead release down. It's important to take a moment and save our strength, allow our bodies to recuperate so we can move strongly through our practice and reach our goal pose for the day. Coming back into plank, stack shoulders over wrists and move your left hand, left foot slightly center, opening up for Vashisthasana, side plank. Stacking ankle on top of ankle, knee on knee, hip on hip. If the legs extended is too much, drop the bottom leg down, or you can go extended, aiming to get that bottom foot flat to the mat, pushing the mat away from you, lifting through the hips, chest opening to the side of the mat. Moving deeper to stretch the side bodies, extend the top arm over, low back injury, keep it extended straight up, and release. Coming back, full plank position. Switch out the sides. Right hand, right foot comes center. Stacking ankle on top of ankle, knee on knee, hip on hip. Choosing the modification here if you did on the other side. Otherwise, extending, pushing down into the bottom hand as you reach through the top arm, lifting through the hips. Taking it deeper here if you did on the other side, extending, reaching through the top arm over the ear, keeping a lift in the chest, lift in the hips, belly drawn in, and release. Resting child's pose. Taking 3 full deep breaths in your child's pose. Coming back up, setting up into your plank once more. Hold for a breath and release back into down dog. On an inhale, lift the left leg up behind you. Exhale, draw knee in to nose, pushing the mat away, rounding through the back. Inhale, drop the knee down, lift through the chest. Exhale, round through the back, knee to nose. Inhale, drop the knee, lift the chest. Exhale, round it in, really pulling that low belly in to lift back up. Inhale, lowering. Exhale, lifting. Send the leg back, 3-leg down dog, and release. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Exhale, draw the knee into the nose. Feel the mat pushing away. Inhale, drop it down, lift through the chest. Exhale, rounding through the upper back, drawing in the belly. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, rounding, knee to nose. Inhale, drop it down, feel the lift in the chest, gazing forward. One final exhale, and release. Send the leg back, set the foot down. Downward facing dog. Continue bringing your awareness to each part of the body. Are you wrapping your outer arms in as you push down into the hands? Are you squeezing outer hips, outer thighs in as you lengthen the inner thighs in and back? Are your heels pushing down? Is your belly engaged? Check in, focus one part of the body at a time. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, left knee, right elbow crossing under. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, step the left foot outside the left wrist. Push up onto the right toes, reach the chest forward. Squeeze left knee into left thigh and see if you can lift the foot up off the mat. Pushing the mat away, drawing the belly in. You're in a half crow. Step it back. Let's do that on the other side. Lifting right leg high up behind you. Exhale, right elbow, right knee together. Inhale, reach it back. Right knee, left elbow crossing under. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, step it up, the foot just outside the wrist. Bend the elbow slightly, reach the chest forward, come onto the toes. Squeeze knee and tricep together, see if you can lift the foot up. Feeling the engagement, the same sensation of crow, squeezing in, engaging the belly, keeping the gaze forward, lifting the chest, and release. Step it back. Lower down and rest, child's pose. Maybe rolling the wrists out like we did at the beginning of our practice, releasing tension from supporting ourselves in that plank like we just did. Take whatever movements you need to feel good. You might pump the fists a few times, get some blood flow back in there. And then breathe deeply. You might want to relax the arms closer to the sides of the body. This is a lot more free feeling for the shoulders. You've supported yourself a lot, so choose the position that feels supportive and relaxing for you. And let's come back into our downward facing dog. Engaging the belly. Bring your right knee into your chest. Set it back down. Lifting up on the toes, engaging the belly. Left knee into the chest. Release it down. Gazing up, stepping halfway up the mat, sit the hips back. Taking a few rounds of Navasana, boat pose here. Flex the feet, bring the shins up parallel to the mat. Reach the arms out alongside the legs. Extend the right leg, draw your left knee in towards the chest, really feeling the chest and the legs draw in towards one another with belly strength. Switch your legs, extend left leg out, draw right knee in, switch. Open the knees out, heels together, and pulse, reaching through the legs. So your legs are open like a diamond shape here, and you're reaching through using belly strength. Kind of like a crow position in your boat. and release. Hug the knees into the chest. And let's do another round. Lift the shins parallel to the mat. Reach through the fingers. Left knee pulls in, right leg extends out. Switch it out. Left leg extends, right knee pulls in. Coming back center, open the knees, heels together. Reaching between the legs, using that core strength to pull you through for 10 counts. Feeling that sensation of the core drawing knees to chest, chest to knees. And hug it in. Cross your ankles. Bring your hands forward and step back into your down dog. Feeling all those motions that we'll use in our crow here. Fingers spread wide, pushing down into the mat. Outer arms hugging in, shoulders, elbows squeezing towards one another. Lifted in the chest, long in the sides of the body. Strong engagement of the core, hips squeeze in, legs active, feet pushing away from the torso. Coming down, resting child's pose. If you feel tight into the chest and shoulders at all after all those planks, take an interlace behind. If you can't grab the hands, use a strap or a towel and get a gentle stretch across the chest and shoulders before we move into our crow. You ready? Let's do it. Plant your hands, fingers spread wide. Hug elbows, shoulders towards one another. Walk your feet in, bending the knees slightly, gazing forward. Bring your knees as high up the upper arms as you can, as close to the armpits as you can get them. Keep squeezing the arms in and lift the right foot. Take a moment, reset. Pushing the mat down, feeling a lift in the upper back, and lift your left foot. Gazing forward, feeling that belly draw in. Take a moment and rest. Working one side at a time, shaking it off. Taking a deep breath, inhaling confidence, exhaling any doubt, and let's do it. You got this. Plant your hands. Engage the arms, squeezing them in, feeling a solid foundation. Set your knees as high up the legs or as high up the arms as you can get them. Gaze forward, bend the elbows straight back. Lift one foot and then the other, drawing in that belly, lengthening the sides of the body up. Feeling light on your hands, squeezing outer hips in and release. Let's try it another time. We all deserve a second chance. Plant the hands, spread the fingers wide, squeeze upper arms in, gaze forward, knees as high up the arms as you can get them, squeeze in your belly, lengthen up through the sides of the body, and lift the feet. Great work. Set it down. Take a moment and feel good about wherever you went today. It's an accomplishment. Come to a seated position, comfortable seated position for you, and let's stretch out the wrists. Extend your left arm out and pull the fingers slightly down. Switch it out, palm faces forward, pulling the fingers down, stretching the bottom of the wrist. Switch your arms, gently stretching your right wrist, pulling the fingers down, switching it out, palm away. Gentle stretch and release. Rolling the neck, dropping the ear to the left shoulder, chin tucked slightly. And roll it. Dropping the ear, tucking the chin, lifting slightly up. moving the opposite direction. Dropping the ear to the left and rolling it over to the right. Feeling a gentle stretch for the neck. Lie down onto your back, and we'll take one mild back bend here, fish pose. Bring your hands underneath your hips, spike up onto the elbows, lifting the chest. Inhale, lift the chest up further, dropping the head back, maybe resting onto the crown of the head. Any neck injuries, do not put weight onto the head. Keep pushing down into the forearms, elbows, and release. Lifting back up, releasing back down. Arms come into a goalpost position, out from the shoulders. Lift your hips up and over slightly, one direction, and bring the knees up and over the opposite direction. Doesn't matter which direction you choose. Keep hips stacked on top of hip, knee on top of knee, gazing over the shoulder. And it's okay if your shoulder doesn't get all the way down to the mat. Don't force anything. Switch out your supine twist, hips going the opposite direction, knees coming up and over, gazing over the shoulder, feeling a gentle twist, letting the body release all tension. Lift your top and bottom leg, bring the hips back center, release the arms down by the side, legs extend out long. You made it. Shavasana. Let your breath return to a natural, steady rhythm. Feel the energy that you created in your practice coursing through your body. Maybe you feel a little excited for trying something new. Maybe getting into the pose for a second, or maybe holding for the full time. But releasing any attachment to that accomplishment. Celebrating it, then letting it go so you can celebrate other things as they come up in your life. Thank yourself for your efforts today, for all your hard work, for giving yourself the gift of your yoga practice. We'll seal our practice, bringing our hands to our heart. Namaste.